Hey guys, Angelo here of Lambros Realty, Director of Lambros Realty. Thanks for tuning in. This is our second edition of Real Estate at 8, our Facebook Live broadcast. Today we're going to be talking about do property prices double every 10 years? Common question I'm asked quite regularly, so I thought it's something we'll address and hopefully help you guys out there. So, look, the claim that property values double every 10 years is a bit like saying that all Gold Coast houses are expensive. You cannot generalize. Yes, some Gold Coast houses are expensive, especially waterfront properties on the exclusive Hedges Avenue, Mermaid Beach, where the median house price is 1.1 million and where it's not uncommon to pay 10 million plus. Yet in the neighbouring suburb of Miami, the median house price is 590,000. Both are waterfront suburbs, a similar distance from the Gold Coast CBD and major shopping. The two suburbs have similar rental yields. The major difference is the location of the highway. There is more waterfront land between the highway and the beach and Mermaid Beach, and therefore the Mermaid Beach than in Miami, and therefore more scope for luxury waterfront houses. So this is just one example to demonstrate the variables that can influence property prices in two suburbs sitting side by side. The difference are even greater between cities. Sydney has had 3 years of strongly rising house prices, while Canberra, just 3 hours away, has largely stagnated over the same time period. Melbourne, the leading Australian city for house price growth over the past 10 years, has a vastly superior growth rate to Hobart, which has been the weakest performer. The Queensland regional city of Toowoomba has risen strongly in the past 3 years, while smaller regional towns nearby, weighed down by developer oversupply and the growing use of fly-in, fly-out workers who don't rent local houses, have experienced a sharp decline in prices. Australia is not one property market. There are thousands of markets and they're all not moving in the same direction and they're not all moving at the same speed. The property cycle in a mining town is completely different to that of a capital city, CBD, or a major regional centre. The many factors that can influence those individual property cycles include the local economy, housing supply and demand, existing infrastructure, spending on new infrastructure, business activity, the presence of major job nodes, and relative affordability, and many others. In order for property prices to double in 10 years, they need to experience growth averaging 7.2% per year. Research by CoreLogic RP data suggests combined capital city home values did not double during the past 10 years. Instead, home values on average across the combined capital cities increased 72%, with houses rising 73% and units 64%. By contrast, in the decade between January 1996 and January 2006, combined city home values increased 152%, with houses up 160% and units 110%. This tends to confirm our view that there are periods when property values do double over 10 years and others when they do not. But the CoreLogic figures refer to the generalized national average situation. There are major differences between cities and within cities. Independent research by Ryder Research Resources, publisher of Property U, shows that all the current top 20 suburbs in Melbourne, Sydney, Perth, Darwin have more than doubled in value over the past 10 years. This means that the median prices of those suburbs have grown at an average of 7.2% per year or more. The best of them have grown at a rate above 10% per year, which means values doubled within 7 years. In Brisbane, only the top 3 suburbs have doubled in value in the past 10 years, and in Adelaide, only the top 2 suburbs have done so. None of Canberra's suburbs doubled in value in the past 10 years because the best growth rate is only 6.2% per year. In summary, applying a simplistic formula such as property prices will double every 10 years is unwise because there are so many variables. Perhaps this quote from Property Investment Professionals of Australia puts it all into perspective. If all property prices doubled each and every 7 to 10 year cycle, the average block of land in Sydney that was worth £1 in 1776 would now be worth around 18 million. So, I guess you know, given that explanation, it's fair to say that we can't generalize and say that property prices do double every 10 years. It is obviously region specific. So does anybody have any questions on any of that? No? Okay, look, if you have any questions that come to mind after this broadcast, more than welcome to shoot them across to info@lambrosrealty.com.au. Be more than happy to answer them for you. Oh geez, lost my train of thought. Sorry guys. Yeah, so you're more than welcome to email me there. You can also call me direct on 0286287128. So if you have any questions, again, I'm Angelo, Director of Lambros Realty. I hope that helps clarify the understanding of property prices doubling every 10 years. It's a myth. And before I end this broadcast, I just want to wish my beautiful wife a happy birthday. It's her birthday today, so, you know, look forward to spending it with you tonight. And, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys.